Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Hope everyone's having a great morning and a great trading session so far. Ay, ay, ay. Good morning, Amelia. Good morning, Diego. How are you guys this morning? Good morning. Highs and red candles mean short. You need to figure out how to incorporate the pivots into your trading. Might be a nice addition. How are you guys this morning? That was a crazy sell off. I was actually about to get into the sale right here and didn't. Didn't. You could see, actually you can't. You can see I actually tried to. I had to cancel because I missed it. Oh, you can't because I had to change the way never mind. Never mind. How are you guys this morning? How was yesterday? I'm good. I am good. Oh shoot. Wait a minute. Yeah, I'm good. I actually got some decent sleep, which was nice. I might miss that. Yep. Get all this stuff out of my way. Got some really decent sleep to where, like, I fell asleep last night, lights on, everything on. But it was good sleep. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. All right, so I will be trading both my Tradeify and the TPT accounts today. As a reminder, that's kind of where I am right now. 760 in profit on Tradeify and then 415 on TPT. Do we have news today? 9 o'clock. All right. Hello. I don't want to be in this screen anymore. Trader Gold pre-market done for the day. Nice. Why you say side? Did it go up pretty far past that? There was a quick buy there. So 46.43, approximately 2K. Shoulda, woulda, coulda, just a bad habit, yeah. How much did you get out of it though? Out of the 23 points? That was another TP right there. I missed it. Definitely want to try to figure out which setups I want to keep, which ones I don't. I don't want to have so many that I like miss stuff, you know. So with the number of setups that I have, I'll get more than enough trades in, to be honest. All right, one more pullback here. Stopped at 46.30 to pivot. Was the I got you. I got you. Hey, at least you got what you wanted out of it and you were disciplined enough not to chase it when you seen it continue going. It's all that matters. Yeah, that would have been another quick little scalp here. Can't be too mad at green. Exactly. 2, 3. All right, one more swing and I can trade again. I have really loose parameters for this particular trade, so it's the trade I literally just took too. I'm okay with the break even, that's cool. I'm also trying to figure out how I feel about trading inside of the change zone. I am not completely certain how I want to do that. So you might see me avoid that a little bit because I'm not all the way sure, honestly. Might do like I used to where I only take counter trend since we're rejecting the uptrend kind of thing, but I'm just not all the way sure. Look at how that stopped me out to go. That pushed down 29 points from my entry. How nice. 29 points in about 40 seconds. Yeah, I think I might go back to just counter trend only in here. Maybe divergence will be okay, but the pullbacks I don't think are. Which would kind of make sense. Kind of. Yeah, see, this was my entry right here. For sure. Not that one, but this buy right here was my entry. So I probably do counter trend. So trend would have to be divergence, or maybe once we get back above. Because one thing that I'm thinking about doing is like when we are in whatever trend we're in, if we start trading below the rotation level, I don't want to take any pullbacks unless it's the no interest reversals like this or whatever. It's probably what I'll end up doing. Probably. All right, we're getting ready for news. I want to check something real quick. This one's what I wanted to check. News is coming in 15 seconds. Wanted to see if there was any, nope, not yet. Good morning, Janelle. How are you this morning? Just trying to see if there were any times where we created the buy or sell rotation level and we traded below below the buy rotation or above the sell rotation level and there were pullbacks, but I didn't see any today. Usually that's in the more choppier days. I need a new ring light, you guys. I've had it for a long time and it's being a little ghetto now. All right, here's news. Is that all we have? Did the time for the tentative come out? No. Not yet. Excuse me. Oh, I'm so ghetto. Hold on. I'm the worst person when it comes to electronics. I will literally let something. My computer was about to die, y'all. Just ghetto. Hold on. I gotta let my computer not really catch back up, but when it's about to die, it just starts lagging the mouse a little bit. So I'm just waiting for that to finish doing what it's gonna do. All right, I think we're good. Good morning, Applejacks. How are you this morning? Keep my laptop. Since I don't trust the battery at all, mine is only 3 years old. I normally keep mine plugged up too, but I was working from my bed this morning. I was still kind of tired. I woke up on my own at like probably 6:45 or so. For those of you guys who are just tuning in, I took 2 trades so far. This counter trend divergence buy right here. And then I got into this sale that stopped. It went 26. So my TP is 27 ticks. It went 26, hit my break even and dropped 29 points from my entry in like 40 seconds. Yeah, I think when I'm inside of the change zone, we're not going to do any pullbacks, only divergence, which that one was a valid one. That one was not. That one was not. That was a nice little 11-point move after entry. I would have gotten tagged in here in that bar and it would have went. So I think that's what I'm going to have to do. All right. It's probably going to stop me out. Can't even count that as a win. That would have stopped me out if I didn't get filled at a better price. The delta was negative right now. I'm trying to figure out if I care about whether the delta is negative or positive or not, which I might have to. I don't want to, but that's not like that hard to really look at, honestly. As long as I don't have to pay attention to like how strong the delta is with all like the changing colors and like as long as I don't have to pay attention to when it's changing colors from red to pink or blue to green, we're good. I can make sure that it's, you know, positive or negative or whatever. So that would have honestly pissed me off if I got stopped out. I'm not lying to you. It would have. Definitely would have. That really is a double bottom. It's equal price. But we also have equal swings here. 31.75, 31.75. So I wouldn't have wanted to get into that sale, but it ended up working out. If those two swings weren't equal, I would have gotten into that too. So that kind of sucks. Kinda. No, you know what? I just said I'm not taking anything in the zone right now, except maybe divergence. I don't know. I have to figure that out. Thankfully, when I am journaling, I write down when price is like inside of the zone or whatever. So that's a good thing. Makes it a little easier for me. Yeah, see, that would have pissed me off. That just hit my TP. It would have stopped me out first though. So I think for now I'm just gonna we'll just wait. Just wait. I know for sure no trend pullbacks. That I do know. Good morning, Trenches. Good morning, Paul. How are you guys this morning? Good morning, Pred. How are you this morning? Thank you. Thank you. Yes, ma'am. I'm going to be patient. It's just like that's been the one thing that's been on my mind is like, all right, when we are trading in there, do I trade? Do I not trade? If I do trade, how do I want to trade? That's been like the number one thing right now, honestly. And I have to figure that part out. So for now, we'll just not trade in there. feel like it's going to keep me out of decent trades, but I also feel like it's going to keep me out of ones like this where there's no reason for me not to win that trade. Got a lot of congestion here, which I can tell by this very high volume bar right there. Oh, why did I do that? I did not mean to do that. People talking right now, they saying there's no reason to cut rates. You're good, Diego. How did the trade go? We love the 100% focus, period. You know what? It's probably the, okay. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, I'm clear to trade again. Just not a fan of this price action. Try to look at the time-based chart and see yeah, see, the divergence works. Divergence works when we're inside of the zone, but pullbacks, nah. So that's probably what I'm gonna do is trade divergence then. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I think so. Followed your plan, it worked. One trade a day. You good with that? Nice, nice. Not on crappy NQ. I can overcome my hesitation so pretty fine when I lose. Absolutely. It's the repetitions that's gonna get you. 200 SMA is at 25,905. Okay, so it's kind of where the I don't even know which VWAP that is. Oh, that's the first. No. Yeah, the first standard deviation of VWAP. It looks like trend is slowing down a little bit. This impulse move was only 28.5 points versus 28.75 points on the last one, which sounds very minuscule, but it matters. Would have gotten into this one, but the point of control is at the open of the bar. Still worked out. Would have been TP right there. So for the most part with the pullbacks, whether trend or counter trend, for now at least, whenever the impulse move is a smaller impulse move than the previous impulse move, I'm just gonna stay out of it. Because it either means I'm late to the trend or there's possibly congestion or consolidation coming. So I would just rather stay out of it. Wait a minute. Bitch. Excuse my language, y'all. I was ready for this. Oh, I wouldn't have gotten filled anyway. I was ready for the trade, but most of the time was spent in the bottom of the goddamn bar. So I didn't know if we were going to start, like the point of control was going to move up, but I wouldn't have gotten filled anyway. That bar didn't come down far enough. So, all right, I feel better. Because what the that one worked out. I'm trading the regular pullbacks a little bit different than I used to. Oh, except that one would have, I was supposed to get into that one regardless. Looks like, yep. Point of controls in the wick. I missed this one. Oh, that would have been another no fill anyway. That's what the inside looks like for that one. Silver just might hit 100 ounces per $100 per ounce this month. I have Too Short the Ghetto stuck in my head. Why? Why? So you like the metals and YM? Janelle, did you tell me you used to trade gold? I mean, not gold. You used to trade crude and you stopped? All right, I don't know about the new highs and lows. I don't think it changes anything, but I don't have enough examples of new highs and lows in my data set right now. If we weren't right below VWAP, I would take this trade though, but we could reject there potentially, so are you gonna push through? Yep, there's a TP. So I think I might go back to my old rule of like only breaking even at the opposite VWAP levels. I might still have to break even at all of the open, high, low, close levels though, question mark. Only because like, yes, I use the prior close as resistance and the current and prior open as support, but they're not technically like supposed to be used that way. It's just how I see price typically react with Rinkos. Damn. So I think that's what I'm just gonna have to do. Not worry about VWAP unless if this was the resistance band, cool. Yeah, but today was some great trades, I'm not gonna lie. Like I said, I think I just want to figure out like which trades do I like the most? Which trades am I just like, I'm okay with being patient and waiting for something else. That's kind of where I'm at right now. Then I question because all right, I think I'm just gonna focus on making sure that volume stays low and the delta stays positive. Thought we were gonna get a pop off of VWAP, but we're stalling here for too long. Oh, that's why, because we're just gonna push down instead. I don't like that immediate rejection, but see if we can push up from there. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Still green for now. If this, you bitch. What the fuck? I could have gotten back in there too, but You know, after you lose the first one, you're just like, are you going to stop me out again? But that would have been a TP. I don't know if I would have gotten, yes, I would have gotten filled. Great. There's the fill in this bar. Yeah, oil is on some BS. Oh, because I said the ghetto. I don't even remember. See you, Janelle. Later. Not that Venezuela oil. Paul, shit. Oh gosh. Let's see. I can't even tell. Were we in the wick? Yes, we were. I'm gonna miss it. Damn, I had ample time too. My freaking mouse sensitivity. I was trying to see. Well, I guess it didn't matter. Looking at my cheat sheet, it really didn't matter. As long as the point of control was in the wick, I was good, which it was. Quick TP. I don't really care that, you know, it only went a few ticks beyond my TP. That doesn't matter to me. Damn, man. I got like 3 minutes. That would have been a good one too. So I just wanted in that buy right there, I just wanted the point of control to be in the wick, and you could see it was there. It was a trap. Just a quick scalp trap of the sellers right there. Those some good opportunities today, I can't lie. The bear down pizza? Is it like a wait, is that the name of the pizza or is the name of like the pizza place? Damn it. Damn it. All right. Let's recap today. I was a little late to the chart, so what happens back here doesn't really matter. But I'm going to show you guys the trades that I took. All right, here was the first trade. just a counter trend divergence trade here. Missed this sell right there. Took this counter trend sell right here. But this is where I was like, I don't really know because we're trading inside of the zone. But like I said, I think inside of the zone, I'm okay with any divergence. And that's probably it. I don't know. I'm going to have to look at my analysis sheet a little bit closer with that because I noticed it because I always put any trade that happens inside of where we change to an uptrend or a downtrend. I put it in parentheses. So it's very easy for me to spot. But it stopped me out at break even. It went 26.6 in profit, went back to my break even, and then pushed down. Sat out of this one because again we were inside of where we changed to an uptrend. Then I got into this buy. I got blessed right here because I got a better entry, which is why it didn't stop me out on this wick, and then it pushed right on up. I think what I might have to do also is go back, and anytime it's a pullback with negative delta, I can't take the trade. This one was like negative 41 delta, which typically just means absorption, which makes sense because we have such a high volume bar here. So the buyers were absorbing the seller orders. However, I think that negative delta for buys and positive delta for sales only work for divergence because the pullbacks are not necessarily supposed to be any level of absorption really at all, either of the three pullbacks that I trade. So I'm gonna just have to look into that, which it'll be easy for me to mark that on my new analysis sheet that I had to do yesterday. I kind of like transferred everything to the old way I had my analysis sheet, and it's just so much easier to read. Anyway, okay, so then I sat out of this sell because again we were inside of where we changed to a downtrend, but like I said before, I think divergence is fine in there, just not the pullbacks. And then I sat out of this one because we were so close to VWAP, which it wasn't necessarily a bad thing because you look, we came to VWAP, rejected, came back up, rejected again, and then went to the TP. But like I said, I think the most important thing is just me breaking even at opposite VWAP levels and then just the open, high, low, close levels, which we don't really trade around those a whole lot. Now, this trade here, I'm pretty sure was the exact same trade as my very first one, which is why I took it. But you can see we lost this one. It could be because we're pushing off of new lows. I don't know. Again, I don't have a whole lot of data in my data set where we're trading off of new highs and lows. So that's just going to be something that kind of comes with time. And then I missed this one, not realizing that regardless of what happened with volume, I would have ended up with the buy as long as the point of control was in the wick, which it was. So to show you guys my account, make it a little bigger. So I just took the 4 trades. I think it was 2 wins, a loss, and a break even, I'm pretty sure. All right, so here's what the accounts look like. Scroll and scroll that way. Not far enough. All right, so I basically just gained about $100 on each account. So because these are both end of day, I still have full drawdown going into tomorrow. Being up to something was really nice, but that's okay. Progress is progress. So now I'm up $872 on the Tradeify account and then $525 on the TPT account. About $2,100, $2,200 away from being funded on Tradeify and then $2,500 on TPT. So yeah, the progress is being made. If I go back to log into my Tradeify account real quick so I can show you guys what the journal looks like. You're doing better today. This is your kind of day. Chicago. Italian beef is the name of the pizza. That sounds good, except the Italian beef. Is the Italian beef actually beef? Because isn't the Italian beef the one that's like wrapped in pork casing? I feel like I don't know. I also hate polyester. Girl, stop talking about moving them to Indiana. I heard they were thinking about moving one of the teams back to St. Louis. I'm like, did we not show y'all what happened to the Rams? I think that like genuinely St. Louis is just more of a hockey and baseball city. However, when I went to the baseball game this summer for a family and friends day, because my cousin is like on the marketing team, I think there, those stands were empty. And I am a firm believer that a lot of these sports teams, like you make these headlines about, you know, this is the highest paid player and this person is getting millions of dollars and all this other stuff. And I am a firm believer that people should be paid for their professions, especially when they're good. However, that money has to come from somewhere. When you have gotten to the point where you can't even take your family of four to a sports game because it's way too expensive for the tickets, and then you have to worry about food because you know kids is not finna say that they okay with not getting food. Your stands are so empty, you're not going to be able to pay those salaries pretty soon. You're going to move to a different city because St. Louis ain't happening. Soldier Field doesn't seem like an option anymore. Going to cost too much for a new stadium. Not Gary with the vomit. Evansville. Oh, it is beef. Beef with polyester and rat. Girl, what? Okay, wait. Let me log into because you are tripping today. You are tripping. Oh, wait. Why is it not showing? Oh, it's still processing my data. Damn it. Never mind. I was going to show you guys the Tradeify account, but I'll just show you guys tomorrow. It's no big deal. It's still processing, I guess. I bought raspberries the day before yesterday. I don't really like raspberries. I don't like berries at all, to be honest. Like I'll put blueberries in my smoothie. I'll even put strawberries in my smoothie, but just eating them, no. Raspberries and strawberries, like the little bumpy outside with the seed. And then blueberries, just I love fruit, but most of the time I have to blend it. I don't really like eating raw fruit like that. Pineapples, cool. Black grapes, cool. I don't like green grapes. I don't like red grapes. They have to be black. I would prefer moon grapes if I could get those. I'm trying to think what else. Those are like the main ones for me. I can't eat bananas anymore. I do eat peaches, but like not like a peach. No, thank you. I need like the cut up version that's in water or light syrup. Cause it has to be like, you know, juicy. I don't like a regular peach like with the pit in it. No. Damn me for trying to get some anti-inflammatory benefits, I guess. No, listen, I love berries for the anti-inflammatory benefits. I'm just not eating them raw. Gotta put it in a smoothie. But I don't like raspberries regardless. I'm just not gonna eat those. I think I had bought this mix that had raspberries in it. No. That's what it was. I went to Sam's. This was like in the summer. Went to Sam's and they were out of blueberries. So I got raspberries. I'm like, berries. No, they're not. No, I don't like raspberries. I don't like blackberries either. Nope. Why are you so racist? Because I did say black very hard. I didn't, I'm about to cry. It's because black grapes are sweeter. Green grapes are too sour for me. Red grapes are kind of sour too. Black grapes are they say the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice, okay? And it's the truth. Black grapes are so sweet. But like I said, I prefer moon grapes, which they look so weird, but they taste so good. You are funny. See a Diego have a good time. I like the black grapes too. I get them from Costco. They are really, really good. Yeah, no light skin grapes for me. But the moon grapes are my favorite though. I never remember the brand. I don't even think the brand even matters. Moon grapes. These right here are the best grapes in all of grapes ever. When I first saw them for the first time, I was like, those look weird. I'm trying them. When I took the first bite, I was like, yo, I'm never eating another type of grape ever again. They have to be moondrop grapes. Have to. Now, these are technically purple. Purple, black. That's what black grapes are, purple. But these, yeah. But anyway, you guys, I am about to figure a couple of things out. I feel like I'm on the right track, right? I'll tell you the few things that I'm just a little about. Trading inside of where we switch to an uptrend or downtrend. However, it might be okay as long as we're below. Like, see how we're inside of the zone here, but we're below the sell rotation level? That would be way different than if we were up here. Earlier, let me find the example. I can't believe I missed so many decent trades today. Actually, I can't believe it. That's what happens when I'm late to the charts. Earlier, let me find. So here, right? Here, the buy rotation level is all the way up here. This was, I don't really know why I painted it there instead of there. But that's neither here nor there. The market structure indicator painted the rotation level all the way up there, right? So that means that whenever we are below it, we're going to have a hard time rotating up until we pass it. Okay, because that's technically a level of resistance. I mean, look how we came to it and just pushed down. Because technically that was the last lower high if I don't count these. After, I think that the indicator doesn't really try to paint after 1 bar pullbacks, if I'm not mistaken, which makes sense. So this buy here that I would normally take didn't work out because we're way too far below the buy rotation level. And I think that's the only example from today, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. Yeah, we didn't trade inside there, nor there. So I have to look at that. I also need to go through and highlight whenever there's a pullback with delta that's opposite my trade direction. Like I said, that just means absorption, which absorption is not really the play when it comes to pullbacks, unless the volume down here is a certain way, which it was not on the trade that I took that I got lucky with. So I need to look at that. I also want to possibly get rid of a couple of the setups, potentially. We'll see. I'm not sure, but that's what I'm thinking. And then I think I'll be good. Like today was probably a good, like, maybe 8 setups, and I only took 4. So I would be even more green because the only loss that happened with those setups is the one that I took. So, and that's something that I can go back and look at as well. And we'll go from there. I like them all. Not RC favorite. It sounds like a lot of work, but it's really not because I did the bulk of the work in the last 2 weekends. Y'all, legit, Friday I put in 10 hours. Saturday I put in 10 hours. And then Sunday I put in about 5 hours or so. So I did the bulk of the work. And then yesterday it took me probably about 3 hours to transfer everything to the type of analysis sheet that I prefer that makes it very easy for me to see everything. And So it shouldn't be hard. I'm going to journal all of the trades today, not just the wins. And that way I can start adding some of the losses, some more losses to my data sheet so I can see what I like and don't like. But aside from that, I think I pretty much have things where I want them to be. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure. I know Apple Jacks. My best friend, we were on the phone yesterday and he saw my one of my sheets and he was like, "Are you okay?" I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "Let me see that piece of paper." I was like, "Why? Why do you want to see it?" And he was like, "Yo, that's ridiculous." I'm like, "Look, I know, but this is how my brain works. And this is how I'm going to figure out things the way that I want to figure it out." The crazy thing is, I could probably pull up how I used to do order flow before. However, because I'm measuring the swings by ticks instead of volume, a lot of shit is going to be off and I don't even want to cloud my brain. So I think that I'm just going to stick with using this data set and leaving it at that. We'll see. So I'll probably be at it for about 4 hours today, but that's not bad considering how many hours I had to put in this weekend. I'll take it. But I thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Please like the video on your way out if you haven't already. Subscribe if you haven't already. But other than that, I will see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning at 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye, guys.